Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWADAH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. And today, it's going to be a bit of a response as well as a separate lesson on its own, because I'm going to be talking about I'm going to be talking about basically the these certain things that Esau sees is happening, that Esau sees is becoming apparent for him. And if Esau, being the profane person, not being able spiritually, is able to see all these signs that are happening and the signs of the end, how much more is it that Israel, this is like the 1/3 of Israel, is able to see these signs coming to the end, and then just the 2/3 being ignorant and foolish to the fact that we are in the end. So as a result, let us get into these videos. So this was the first inspiration. I'm gonna let the video play, and I will also in the description of this video.
I'm about to say is no offense to any of my black set-apart brothers at all. So don't misconstrue what I'm about to say. But if you're a white person living in a big city, the black man is about to eat you alive. They're about to chew you up and spit you out. My advice to you is, if you're white in a big city, you better get out of there. You better run from your lives, because there's a lot of set-apart black people that know the truth. In fact, probably a lot more set-apart black people know the truth. In fact, I know they are, than white people. But there's a few of us white people that's in on the truth, and we know that most of the black people they're not on the narrow path. So they don't know the truth. And they're coming for vengeance. And Yah has even stirred them up a lot worse than what they normally are. Yah, the Creator's reaching there and stirred the pot. He's made them even more mad at the white people. So you better get out of the cities. You better get out of the big cities if you're white. And there's probably a few black people that might get on here and give you a warning too, because they're in the know. Payback is a bitch. You're about to find that out. A lot of the horrific things that was done to the dark-skinned people's been hidden. So those things are going to come to life, because they're going to become real for the opposite race. Everything turns upside down and backwards at some point.
Alright, Slocky, he's talking slowly. But anyway, the crazy thing is, there's a lot of stuff that he said. There's a lot of stuff that he said, okay? Oh yeah, I was right here. Slovakia. Anyway, Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many there be which go in Slovakia. Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Ooh. Like, I slack it. Like, it's just, I believe it's definitely spiritual that he used some of these words, okay? And there was also another one. He said, everything flips upside down. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Okay, this is a display of how the earth is upside down. It says servants on horses. Normally, the princes are supposed to be exalted on the horses, and then the servants are walking alongside the princes on the horses. But in this scripture, it's telling us that it's the opposite. Okay, and then even this guy, a lot of the stuff, like, it is actually incredibly crazy, which is why I felt like I had to do a lesson on this. Just the amount of things that when I first heard what he said, it was just like that's actually scriptural. Like, how can he be? And it looks like he probably is an Edomite, and I believe that he probably is an Edomite, and it's just more so a warning to the Israelites. Okay, like this is basically what the purpose of this potential Edomite, which I believe is an Edomite. This, all right, and the thing is, like, our people, they don't believe a lot of stuff unless Esau Edom tells them these stuff. Okay, so like you can see all the millions of videos that brothers do, not even just brothers, but just like people in general saying, oh, we are the Hebrew Israelites, we are the people of the Bible, we are Yahweh's chosen people. And all of those videos could be done by a so-called black person, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American, and most of these 2/3 are not going to listen. Okay, but when they hear an Edomite say, then, oh, okay, you know what, you're right, this is the first time I heard it, even though they probably heard it another time and then they just didn't listen. That's just the nature of these 2/3. Okay, but at the same time, they're not gonna actually take it to heart. They're still gonna be in that whole, but what about the white man type of mindset? All right, and the thing is, even still, he was saying, how as a so-called white person, you should get away from these people because they're going to have vengeance. They have vengeance planned out for you. All right, which it also led me to want to talk about this. Well, first off, let's get some precepts, a bit more precepts. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 16. Slakia. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Fishing as in like fishers of men. Let me get that as a matter of fact. Matthew chapter 4 verse 19, and he saith unto them, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Okay, so fishers of men, trying to lead the trying to bring the Israelites back into this truth. Okay, now going back, Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 16, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Okay, the Israelites, and after I will send them, Slakia, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So basically it's saying that no matter where they try to hide, okay, the hunters that the Lord is going to send is going to find them. All right, and this is number one, that we're going to find them, and also that there are also going to be hunters as well as fishers. All right, let's see what they're gonna do. Psalm chapter 149, verse 7. Let me see if there's more. I'm pretty sure there's more. Psalm chapter 149, verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Right there and there. This is what these hunters, the saints, the 1/3, the elect of Israel are going to go and do. All right. Now, right quick, I want to get into these other videos. Okay. You really don't need to see it. So, initially, the funny thing about this video is it's called "Why Video Games Aren't Fun Anymore." Okay. So it is. I was watching this. I was like, okay, maybe he probably has a good point, and basically, for the most part, he did. And in this entire first half of the video, all right, he's talking about video games, but then, like, out of nowhere, he just talks about how Babylon is just garbage. Okay, and like overall, it technically does tie into video games, but it's not really about the video games. He's talking about how life in Babylon has gotten worse, and overall it is, and a lot of the stuff that he's saying is right. Okay, like, oh, this was crazy. Actually, I want to let this play.
One example of how we're being socially engineered by algorithms is how TikTok in China spreads educational videos in their algorithms. Meanwhile, TikTok in the US spreads degenerate content.
In their version of TikTok, if you're under 14 years old, they show you science experiments you can do at home, museum exhibits, patriotism videos, educational videos. They don't ship that version of TikTok to the rest of the world.
And all
right, so yeah, I when I first heard that, I was so surprised. Like, I'm telling you, like, they show thought videos, because that's it's what we just saw. It says, look, hottest TikTok thoughts, TikTok compilation, TikTok. I mean, yeah, it's like, that's the type of stuff that they have on TikTok. All right, and I do honestly believe that that's funny, because, like, this is the type of stuff that Babylon is trying to socially engineer the people. Okay, psychological and social engineering, as he puts in his thing. Like, that's crazy. All right, Babylon does not want the population, the masses to be smart or be able to think for themselves. They want them, dumb as dirt. All right, and I will admit that a lot of people, I'll say I was a bit influenced myself. There have been times, or comparatively, where I do feel like I'm a bit dumber than I'm supposed to be. But overall, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, I'm still, for the most part, pretty competent. All right, but at the end of the day, that is what they're trying to do. And I do, and I the thing is, I don't get on TikTok. I don't go watching videos. As a matter of fact, I even told everyone that I know, hey, stay off TikTok. That's not good. It's fucking up your attention span, this, that, and third. And then, now I just learned about, this. This is what TikTok is trying to push out to people. All right. Now, finally, this last thing. Oh, you don't need to hear it. Anyway, the caption is, me and my bro testing the limits of our resurrected bodies after YAHAWASHI established a new heaven on earth at the end of time. All right. And, it is, when I first saw this was so funny, but at the same time, just so beautiful and true. All right, like imagine that. Dragon Ball Z, everyone knows freaking Dragon Ball Z. All right, like this is crazy. This is so crazy, and the reality of it is like if you saw YAHAWASHI, he really gave his 12 disciples, spiritual power. Okay. All right, here, Matthew chapter 10, from the top. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them powers against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases. All right. So back in this time, all right, when they weren't allowed to go and, murk people. All right. How much more when Psalms chapter 149 verse 5, it's like verse 6, it happens when we're giving that two-edged sword, okay, that spiritual two-edged sword, which will be, our new spiritual bodies, all right, and we are going to be, murking people, all right. It is very crazy, and, I couldn't just imagine, brothers, testing out. Oh yeah, let's see how much we can take. Just doing a bit sparring. Okay, and these two are in their base forms. They're not even going all out. All right, how much more us with the power of YAHAWASHI. All right, that is so insane. That hyped me up. I'm not really gonna lie. All right, now moving on. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their wrath of him that made them. So now, while yes, there are going to be saints that are executing judgment, there are also going to be, evil spirits, okay, which come into the form of the 2/3 that are going to be, executing judgment in people's times of trouble, in the general times of trouble, Jacob's trouble. All right. So the thing is, yes, there are going to be 1/3 that are going to be hunters, but there's also going to be just let me actually get the examples. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So you're gonna have, what's a modern day sword? The gun. You're gonna have Jake, 2/3 Jake, that are gonna go pick up the gun and want to go fight Esau, Edom. Okay, for all the wickedness that they've done. All right. And let me get that. As a matter of fact, even I did a video, or maybe not, I don't remember. You remember that brawl where it was a bunch of Edomites versus a bunch of Israelites? Okay, like that major brawl where there was just a bunch of people joining in and stuff like that. Like that is spirit. Okay, like I honestly, I will be the first one to tell you, I do not know why. I do not know what compelled them. Obviously, I know what compelled them. It's Yahawadah, but under normal circumstances, that is not something that you would expect to see. That this one Jake, all right, is getting helped by a bunch of random Jake. Like that Jake basically banding together against Esau. That is absolutely unheard of, and that is it's basically like that one term, or it's not that term, expression of hell frozen, when hell freezes over. Okay, it's kind of like that hell freezes over, and by extension, we are at the end. Jake is starting to wake up, and Jake is starting to realize, what, hey, fuck this man. All right. And yo, he said it. He said it right. Like these people are the 2/3 of Jake. They're fed up. All right. Also 1/3 as well. But you know, for us, we wait upon YAHAWAH and Yahawashi to authorize us to, you know, give the thing. But I'm not. But again, I just need to make this quick disclaimer, which, of course, you know, people are gonna take this stuff out of context. But the thing is, we're not supposed to be going right now. We're supposed to wait until the Lord gives us the power. Wait until the Lord delivers, you know, all this stuff. We're not supposed to be going around and attacking anyone. All right. But you know, that is what the scriptures say is going to happen. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay. So right here. In this video, he basically talks about, ooh, look at this. Perfect.
1980 versus a beach in the present day.
This is a beach.
We've
This is the beach in 1980. This is the beach before. This is the beach today. All right. You see the complete difference in how people are. The freaking the foods and how overall people are weaker. The amount of testosterone has diminished. The amount of estrogen in men, testosterone in women. All right, it's just all this stuff that just flipped upside down and just is straight up wrong. And that is the evils that are increasing in the world. All right, is the fact that people are being straight up wicked and malicious and evil to one another. All right. Matthew chapter 24 verse 12. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. So right here, okay, just the conclusion. All right. Is, you know, all that, oh, can we all just get along, even though Esau was already, you know, hateful and wicked towards us. All right, now you're gonna have Jake reciprocating that same hatred. All right, he's gonna reciprocate that same energy. All right, and now, you know, iniquity, because evil is going to be so rampant around the world. Okay, everyone's going to hate each other. Everyone's going to, you know, want to kill each other. And we look forward to that day as the Lord's going to protect His elect in that time. Okay, some of us might have to die as martyrs, but overall, the Lord is going to take care of us, and we're supposed to remember what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, don't say that we are going to recompense evil, but wait on the Lord and He shall save thee. Okay, and should the Lord give you that spiritual power in order to, you know, get revenge, then Yahawadah, he does it. But if not, then we're not supposed to be saying, oh, I'm going to take matters into my own hand, or I'm going to save myself, I'm going to deliver my people. No. All right. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawadah, Yahawashi, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, DTA, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.